Hello everybody, we are going to be doing the 2022 recap for the Western Semi-Final between the Calgary Stampeders and the BC Lions. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new to the CFL and you're interested, or if you're already a CFL fan and you just want to see more CFL content. Now let's get into this, and this isn't going to be a true recap where I say, oh, this happened and this, but I'm just going to do my takeaways from the game. Starting off in this game, I really was expecting more offense, and I do think there were some good plays, but both sides kind of seemed settled in where they weren't going to allow that play that was really going to give the other team the edge. So the first quarter was low scoring, final score being 3-3 through the first frame. Second is where it opened up a little bit. This is kind of where BC gave me a little hope. I was headed to another city, had to do something, but luckily I was able to watch the game. My wife actually drove so I could watch the game, so way to go, Mrs. Bush League Broadcast. Thank you very much. But anyway, this is where BC really showed that they were impressing me offensively at times. Defensively, I think in general for this game, I'm kind of glad Calgary didn't end up running more, because there was a play, probably was in the first quarter, where Kadeem Carey had a huge hole in between the guard and the tackle, and there was nobody at the linebacker spot. There's nobody in that second level for the defense to stop him, and he ended up getting like 10, 15 yards, whatever the case may be, and it made me think, yeah, Kadeem Carey's good, but if you gave me that much space, we're looking at probably at least a 5-yard gain. That's why I'm very thankful for BC that they were not, getting run against a lot by the Stamps, because I expected the Stampeders to run the ball more than they did. But all around, I would say that for the the Stampeders, they really made some bad decisions, didn't run the ball. Jake Maier didn't look very effective in this one. I can't say definitively that it was all on him. Again, with the CFL, it's hard to get a lot of good angles with replays to go back and watch the game over and over from all these angles that the broadcast gets. We love the CFL, but it doesn't have as many angles as the NFL, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was kind of a disappointing game for him, and I think disappointing for Calgary's coaching staff, because they made some very questionable decisions, went for it on third down twice, and I don't think they were successful either time, one of those being a throw on 3rd and 2. That didn't work, and this was just a very bad game for the offense. Frustrating for them, of course, because it seemed like Maier was just going to stay out there for as long as possible. I was waiting for Bo Levi Mitchell to go out. Didn't happen. But the true difference maker, in my opinion, for this game was probably that trick play that Antonio Pipkin threw to Hatcher on 3rd down. You expected Pipkin, like it is in the CFL, to run the ball. We've seen that over and over and over again. It's just one of those things. It's 3rd and short. You probably are expecting the quarterback, regardless of the fact of if it's a quarterback, to run the ball. Pipkin didn't, and that was kind of a gutsy play by BC that ended up paying off, because then they have a 14-point lead going into the final frame. This one was not a really close game in the final frame, but I still think that BC really kind of took their foot off the pedal, kind of like Montreal, not so much as early. But once Bo Levi Mitchell came in, yes, he did go 8 for 11 and have a lot of those yards. But I really did feel like a lot of that was because they were backing up. They're trying to keep everything in front of them, which I do get. But you do get to the point where Calgary was going to try an onside kick up through the air, and that didn't work. But the Lions did come away with the win. Parting thoughts, the offensive line for BC didn't particularly impress me. At points, I felt like Rourke was under pressure, especially for Moralade. I know I said his name wrong. I just always have trouble saying his name. But he is very good for Calgary. Impressed me throughout this game. But also, of course, you look back at this and you say, for Calgary, what were some of those decisions, the bad penalties, the poor decisions on 3rd down, the abandonment of the run, which I've talked about before in the season recap games for Calgary. You can go back and check out that playlist towards the end of the video, but multiple times we have seen Calgary kind of make some weird, questionable decisions throughout the regular season, especially with the run. And I do think it was very weird that they went to Bo White in this one. At the end of the day, BC was able to benefit from the poor decisions. They were able to benefit from Calgary not running, and they made some gutsy calls at their time. Rourke had over 300 yards, and this was a good win for them. It was a game where the crowd was rocking. I definitely don't think there was 40,000 people there. Not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but I don't see that being the case. But yes, I think that the Lions are in a good spot to try to do their best to upset Winnipeg next week at IG Field. So they are competing for the Western Final and have a chance to go to the Grey Cup, which would be great for them. That would be the first time since 2011 that they've made it there. As for the Stampeders, a lot of change. Paredes might leave. Bo's probably leaving. There's rumors Hufnagel is likely done. He's had a lot of years underneath his belt, but not a way I'd want to go if I was Calgary. If you're a Stampeders fan watching this, what do you feel like they did wrong, and what would you do differently? I guess if you were part of that coaching staff, let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know your thoughts down below in this for this game also. So yeah, everybody stay safe. Have a great night.